how to find real cash buyers in 2024. That is right, guys. In today's video, me and Rick are going to show you exactly this year how you can find real legit buyers, because in 2021 it was a little different, 2022, and then 2023, it was a little different on how you can go out here and find legit, real good cash buyers in your wholesaling real estate business. And what we want to do is really show you the fundamental 4 ways that really every single cash buyer is going to be on, so you can sell your next wholesaling deal for the top dollar possible. So step 1, especially right now, if you're looking to find real legit cash buyers, just use the biggest website in the world that real estate investors are on, and that is Facebook. That's right, guys, your real estate cash buyers are pretty much all on Facebook, and they're in Facebook real estate investing groups. They're in communities talking about real estate investing. And the best part about Facebook is if you can find your buyer there, you click a button and you instantly get their contact information. You can just send them and message them as soon as possible. Guys, in our free real estate wholesaling course, realestate.com, we actually have scripts on how you can find real estate investing groups. Go and post ad copy saying, I'm looking to sell some deals for deep discounts for an assignment. If you're looking to buy them cash, comment below and you can get people coming to you inbound of cash buyers. And you get a ton of great wholesaling real estate deals sold by doing this. On top of this too, you can actually go inside of, let's say, a Cincinnati real estate investing Facebook group, go to the search bar, search cash buyers, find other wholesalers looking for cash buyers, and then scrape their data. You can copy all the emails that they post, put into ChatGPT, say extract all the emails, and then boom, you can cold email people. I mean, the list goes on and on and on forever. But Facebook is such a huge database of cash buyers that the only issue now is, yeah, I have a list of 100 cash buyers. It's going to be qualifying them, seeing if they're legit or not. And that's the real hard part, because in 2024, it's easy to find cash buyers. But how do you separate finding a big list of buyers from the fakes for the actual real legit ones?
So the easiest way to separate the real from fake buyers is you have to take it a step further. Email, text, they're fine. But at some point, you actually have to reach out to them and find out if they're legit. We call it vetting. And you simply just pick up the phone and just qualify them. The qualification's simple. Number 1, are you the decision maker? Number 2, do you actually have the money? Do you have a proof of funds? And number 3, what type of properties you're buying in what area? If you do this in advance, I know it seems like it's time consuming, but remember, quality trumps quantity every time when it comes to cash buyers. When any time a wholesaler says, I got 500 cash buyers, no, you don't. You have 496 other wholesalers and maybe 4 legit cash buyers, and they're getting lost in the sea of shuffle. Take the time. It only takes an extra 4 to 5 minutes to vet a cash buyer. And the reality is, if you have 5, maybe even 10 qualified cash buyers, it's better than any other list of 500 or 1,000, because when it comes down to it, if you vet and find the real cash buyers on your list, you can move your deals much faster. I get it. 500,000, it feels good. It feels like a number and a stat. But at the end of the day, what counts is having people ready to go that you've actually developed a relationship with. So make sure you take that extra step and separate the real from the fake cash buyers.
Number 2 is probably the one I've talked about the most, but this is still one of the most tried and true systems for 2024. Go pull a list of cash buyers. You might be like, what do you mean? Guys, if you use a paid software like listrei.com, zachdata.com, or heck, even dmzac.com, you can get a list of cash buyers. They will scrape data of every single person that's bought in a house for cash. Simple, right? And what you're going to do is get their phone number. You can go to like truepeoplesearch.com, cyberbackgroundchecks.com, or pay for the skip tracing. dmzac.com actually has all the skip tracing included for free. And you just call these people up. And I've done lives this year. It's pretty simple. You just say, hey, I just saw you bought 123 Main Street for cash. Are you looking to buy any more? My name is Zach. I'm a wholesaler in the area. You probably think it's more complicated than that, but honestly, it's not. That's as simple as this business is. Find people that are buying houses for cash and see if they're looking to buy any more. Last live stream I did of this, I found people who are like, yeah, you're a wholesaler? Great. I like to buy your deals. It's as simple as that. And the coolest part is, because they kind of pulled a list of cash buyers, they're already kind of pre-qualified, if that makes sense, because their name is already associated with someone that's buying houses for cash. So it makes it even easier for you. The problem is, again, I love the Facebook method, but there's a lot of people claiming to be buyers. There's these guru systems out here that teach you to pretend to be a buyer, and then JV and daisy chain the deal. And I absolutely hate that. So you do got to be careful with that type of process. But honestly, going out here and cold calling the cash sales is a great way to find buyers. On top of this too, and I've said this a lot, but cash buyers only buy a deal for one reason. to make money. And to make money on a real estate deal, most of them only do two things. They buy the house and flip it and then make a profit, or they buy it and rent it out to make rental income. It's pretty much most real estate investors, right? Simple. Even a subject to or a creative finance deal, that's on the rental side too. Or if you're like wholesaling it, you're kind of flipping it more or less. And so half the buyers that are going to be flipping them, you can find them on the cash sales tab. And heck, even on listrei.com, there's flippers tabs, which they find people who buy houses for cash, then list them 3 or 4 months later for a bigger fee on the MLS. And these are easily flippers you can find. On top of this too, if you want to find the landlord buyers, you can just go to the For Rents. It's as simple as that. You can actually get a list of people that are trying to rent out their own houses for looking for tenants. And these people are just doing it by themselves. They're not big corporations. They don't have big management companies. They're just doing it themselves because they're trying to make the most money on the deal. Hey, I see you're trying to rent out this property. I'm not a potential tenant. My name's Zach. I'm actually a wholesaler. And I actually got a deal locked up in your zip code. Are you looking to potentially buy it for another rental? Sure. Yeah. Like it's as simple as that. And a lot of these smaller mom and pop rental landlords, they make decisions quick and they usually pay more than some of the bigger landlord type buyers.
The next place to find cash buyers are any type of auctions, are the physical auctions. These are actually small companies, usually family related, that's owned it like 50 plus years, sometimes 100. And their job is to liquidate usually small rental properties. They typically have an auction on Saturday. They advertise it. They earn a 10% premium. People come in, realtors like to go that represent cash buyers. Investors just love to show up to these. Wholesalers even show up to it. And guys, a lot of times I've gone to these, I've gone to as many as 200 people showing up, and I've been around when there's only 10 people. The bottom line is they're all trying to bid on one property. This is the perfect environment for you to gather cash buyer data 100% for free. Now be respectful. Don't go out and take a picture of like the master list when people register, because that's going to get you banned from these. Go around, go there extra early, mingle with the people, walk around the property, collect as many cards as you can, hand yours out, however you want to do it. Guys, this is a gold mine, because if I have 100 people show up to the auction, there's only going to be one winner and there's going to be 99 upset people. And remember, these people pay cash and they know that they got to put money up front. These are dead serious buyers, and I would take advantage of them. The other types of auctions are going to be more of your online auctions, or some of them are still in person. You have your tax deed sales, you have foreclosure auctions. You have the ability to track these addresses because they're so public, and you can research who bought them, see what price they bought it at. And if you have a property in that area, it's a natural tendency that that person would be highly interested in your properties. So I never want you guys to go to an auction to bid on it. Whoever bids the highest in a wholesale setting usually loses. The reality is we don't bid. We're very direct to the seller, and we don't have a lot of competition, and that's what gives us the competitive advantage. We're also solving a lot of the seller's problems. So when you go to these auctions, if you go in person, you go online, that data is key, because these are real cash buyers taking real action, putting money down, and telling you what they want to pay and where they want to buy. This data is invaluable, and this is how you really connect with the real cash buyers. Now, it's going to take effort and work, but you can go to the physical ones and you can do the online ones, do the research on both of them, and this will give you an immense database of real cash buyers for your area.
And then last but not least, one of the best ways to find real good cash buyers that'll pay more than any other cash buyers that we actually talked about before is realtors. And before you're like, oh, I hate realtors. No, hear me out. If you could take advantage of realtors' number one priority in life, which is making money and greed, and I'm not saying that in a mean way, but most realtors only care about the commission. Yes, they care about other things and helping the clients out, but that always comes second to their commission. Because if realtors really cared about what's best for the seller or the buyer, they'd be doing 0.5% or 1%, right? And so the commission's pretty much the biggest driver in life. And so if you have an average deal, let's say you lock it up for $100,000 and you try to sell it to a buyer for 110, average wholesaling deal, maybe you're making 10 grand. It's not bad. That's fine. But what if you instead here, if you went to a realtor that has a bunch of cash buyers and you say, hey, Mr. Realtor, how about you buy my deal for $125,000, have your buyer do that, and I'll give you $10,000. You'd end up making $115,000. You actually make an extra $5,000. You'd actually make an extra 50% on your assignment fee. And guess what the realtor is going to do? Wait a second. If my client buys a $125,000 house for cash, I'm entitled to a $300 I'm entitled to a $3,750 commission. But Zach just offered me $10,000 for bringing the buyer. That's 3 times more. I only care about my commission. So I'm actually going to tell my buyer this is the best deal ever. I'm going to make a ton of stinking money off of him, and I'm going to do what's best for my commission, and they convince the buyer to go buy their deal. And I hate to tell you this, it works pretty much every single time, because people that are looking to buy houses for cash, they don't instantly go to a wholesaling Facebook group and try to find wholesalers to buy the deals from. They go and call a realtor because maybe they're doctors, maybe they're nurse practitioners, heck, maybe they're AC repair guys and they're looking to make some rental properties, and maybe they're looking to buy some rental property. What's the first thing they do? They don't go to YouTube. They just call their local realtor and they start buying houses for cash. And what you got to do is go to like PropStream or any of the paid softwares that we talk about, and you go to cash sales on the MLS. You can filter that and find who the buyer's agent is and then call these buyer's agents. And what you're going to do is offer them 10% of the deal, not 3%. And the buyer will run hoops to convince the buyer that they need to buy this once in a lifetime deal because they'll make extra commission. And here's the cool part. This is all 100% legal. And so the cash buyer is going to overpay and you're going to make 50% more per deal. The realtor is going to make more money and everyone ends up happier in this transaction. And the realtor, when they're making extra commission, they're a lot sweeter to you. They are a lot nicer to you, and the transaction actually goes a lot smoother. And they're ecstatic you're making them a lot of money on the assignment because they want to make a big amount on their commissions.
Yeah, so I want you to understand, like, I know there's this Hatfield-McCoy argument going with realtors and wholesalers, and it's because wholesalers waste a lot of the realtors' times and vice versa because either party doesn't understand each other. You got to understand, there's 2 main reasons why I want to use a realtor on a wholesale deal, if it's possible. Number one, I want to work with realtors that represent cash buyers. Why? Because it's a huge win-win. Most of you are assessed like, oh, I got to pay a realtor 3 or 5%. Stop it. On average, you're going to earn 15 to 20% more by using the realtor. And the real value that we don't ever talk about is when you deal with a realtor, he's honest about it, they're focused on their commission. They are not going to waste time. So when I work with a realtor that's going to give me on an average 15 to 20% more than I'm going to get on my regular deals, think about this. All I got to do with the realtor, a lot of times the realtor looks at the property for their cash buyer. They make a quick decision. They don't waste time. I don't even have to mess with proof of funds because the realtor already goes, listen, this guy's bought 5 properties. These are the 5 properties. I've had them close it in 3 or 4 days, but usually within a week or 2, they'll close it. You get it done. You earn more. And here's the key secret. You don't have to deal with any of the drama. They just want to get it done and they represent as an agent. And if they truly want to get their commission, earn more than they normally do, you earn more than you normally do, and you don't have any drama. You don't need to know the seller. You don't even have to vet the seller because these realtors know how to get these types of deals done. And for these 2 reasons, it's one of my favorite ways to find cash buyers through real estate agents.
But really, these are 4 simple ways to find buyers, but pretty much any type of cash buyer you're going to encounter is through these lists and through these marketing strategies for cash buyers. Number 1, Facebook. Number 2, cash sales and for rents by just cold calling these people. You can even text or email them. Number 3, go on the property auctions. And number 4, reaching out to realtors. That's pretty much how 95, 96, heck, even up to 98% of all cash buyers are going to be in that group. So what are you waiting for? Find buyers the real way and get wholesaling real estate deals done the correct way. Pretty much most of the work here is not finding the buyer, it's just vetting them and making sure they're actually legit. Best piece of advice I can give to you is if they're afraid to tell you how many houses they bought for cash last year or check even giving you 3 or 4 of those addresses, they're probably not legit enough. Oh, I'm scared. I don't want to give out my private information. You flipped the house 5 years ago, buddy. Give me the address. It drives me crazy. So guys, if they are not legit, they won't give the info. If they're legit, they will. If you got any value from this video, do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, go to freewholesaling.com, and we'll see you soon. This is Zach signing out.
Rick signing out.
Have a blessed one.